Welcome in is Ricky's Mailbag. We take the Phillies questions that you send us, and I try to answer them to the best of my ability. Want you to like and subscribe over here. Don't forget, you can catch myself, Savannah Kelleher, and Bill Colarulo on Unfiltered 2 to 6, Monday through Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm here with Dylan McKinnon. Dylan's got the questions. Here we go.
This one is from BH Photos. Was Nola's start just shaking off Major League rust, or is this his future from now on?
I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard to say right now. I didn't like where his velocity was. Velocity was down. We saw a lot of 87s, 88s. I think he topped out at 90. That's a concern. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times you go out on rehab assignments. You're just trying to get your pitch count up. But I saw him pitch in one of those rehab assignments. I thought everything was, he had sharp break on his curveball. He had movement on his fastball. All of a sudden you get up to the big league level and it's not there anymore, and that's a little concerning. The other concern is, I mean, he's a major league pitcher. He's been around a long time. You got a 6-run lead. That's a hard lead to screw up early in a ball game. Didn't make it through 3 innings. I mean, there's a lot of things to look at this and say we're going to have some problems with Aaron Nola as the time goes on. But yeah, I can't say for sure. You got to give him 2 or 3 outings. I think we could chalk this one up and say that was not a good outing, and you just hope that he gets better as the time goes on. I don't think there's any guarantees. And the reason why I say that, you go back to the beginning of the season, he was not pitching well pretty much for 2 months. And when that happens to a veteran pitcher, you start to question, is he ever going to get back to normal, or is he just going to be a guy that you throw out there every 5th day? And I will say this much, with Wheeler being out, you need this guy to step up a notch. And that last outing, and that was not against a very good Nationals team, was ugly.
Okay, Chase McGinty asked, what should we do about the rotation with Wheeler being out?
Oh boy, oh boy. I don't think Andrew Painter is ready to come up, so that takes away your 6-man rotation. What you do have is one dominant pitcher in Christopher Sanchez. He's been good all season long. He's probably going to be in the Cy Young voting at the end of the year along with Paul Skeens. So I keep him as my number 1 right now. And then you start to have some issues. I think Ranger just had a good game against the Mariners, and that might boost him up a little bit to where you could say, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable about Ranger, but I need to see 2 or 3 starts from him where he has that really good tempo, which he did against the Mariners, and he had really sharp, good breaking stuff, and his secondary pitches were right on target. That's not an everyday thing. Ranger has been in this before. He's thrown a good game here and there when he's in these bad streaks. So once again, I got to see him double up. Right now, I guess I'd move him. He'd probably be my number 3. The odd one is your number 2 right now is probably Taijuan Walker. And people will look at me like, what are you, out of your mind? Yeah, maybe I am a little bit. But when you look at the season he's had, I think that's the guy that kind of stands out as one of the top starters on this team right now. Things look great when Zach Wheeler and Sanchez were your 1-2 punches. Now all of a sudden, question marks abound. And that includes Jesus Luzardo. He's a question mark right now, and Aaron Nola, as I just talked about, will be a question mark until he starts stringing some good starts together. It's not going to be one start. So don't look at this as one start tells all. It's going to be a bigger picture. I mean, and I think with Luzardo, Suarez, and Aaron Nola, we're talking about 4 or 5 starts. We want to see, 3 or 4 good ones out of those. So we'll see how time kind of plays out. But I guess I would go right now. Number 1 would be Sanchez. Number 2 would be Walker. Number 3 would be Ranger. Number 4 would be Luzardo, and number 5 would be Aaron Nola right now. So there's my 5 for the Phillies right now.
Okay, Bill Jordan asked, is it time to worry about Andrew Painter? He's not putting up the numbers expected of an untouchable.
Let's start with this. Adjustments are the name of the game. Being able to locate your secondary pitches, that's the name of the game. And quite frankly, for Andrew Painter, when he got to AAA this year, it's been kind of a fight for him all season long. And sometimes this does happen. It's not every single time that you go out and have a great year. You have to think about it this way: how many times has he actually failed in his life? I'd probably say this would be the number, a big zero. And with failure comes you succeeding at some time, and it's in your mindset, it's in your body. And you have to just figure out what it's going to take to make you better as time goes on. He has not gotten to that point at the AAA level. It's easy to adjust on the low minors because you're probably seeing guys that you should dominate anyways, but making adjustments becomes a big thing. Even at the big league level, you could look at a guy like Zach Wheeler. When he first came up to the big leagues, he wasn't exactly Mr. Cy Young material like he is now. And you really have to work at it. You have to become a student of the game. You have to become a student of who you're going up against. And, I think that's one thing. Number two is that he's just a little bit over a year removed from Tommy John surgery. And I think we have to give him that little bit of a cushion. And that would be the 2025 season. And hopefully he comes back in 2026, gains himself a spot in the starting rotation out of spring training, and then becomes a guy who could kind of hone his skills as time goes on. I'm not ready to give up on this guy. Come on, he throws too hard. He's got the size, and he's only 22 years old. I think that's what's forgotten here. A guy at 22 years old normally would not even be in consideration to be at the big league level. And this is a guy that's 22, not going to turn 23 till next April. So I would not even think about giving up on him yet.
Okay, Robert asked, should we give up on seeing Justin Crawford with the big league club this year?
It's getting close to that point. I mean, we're sitting here at about a week and a half to call ups, and I'm not really sure he's going to be part of their plans right now. As a matter of fact, because of the injury situation with the Phillies, I think what you're going to have is probably more or less pitchers coming up, trying to survive in September, and maybe even showcasing for a playoff spot because Jose Alvarado can't pitch in the playoffs. Um, the other part of that is when you look at the outfielders that were struggling a month ago, Brandon Marsh has really kind of picked it up a notch. He's doing well. You're not going to do anything with Bader. He's going to play when he plays. Nick Castellanos seems to have kind of dialed it in a little bit. He was struggling since the All-Star break. And even Max Kepler has kind of supplied some offense for the Phillies. So it's almost like everybody that's up there that you were questioning if they had an opportunity to possibly, be DFA'd or be sent down, have kind of taken the next step. And I know, when you look at lineups, you tend to look at the bottom of the lineups to see how weak that ball club is. And right now, I think they've taken that step forward where it doesn't seem to be hindering them too much, and they're able to turn over the lineup. And, especially because I think Brandon Marsh has kind of emerged. I think that's the biggest key there. And when that happens, and you went out and got a center fielder, I just don't think there's much room for Crawford to actually jump in here and play. I think they want him to play every day when he comes up.
Okay, final question. This one's from John. What can Jose Alvarado provide for the Phillies?
All right. Well, number one, we know he's a power left-handed arm. We know that. He's going to be able to pitch. He should be healthy. He should be ready to pitch a lot. And when you look at where the Phillies' rotation is, I think they may just need that in general. I think he's a guy that you could put in high leverage situations. You have to be careful with that, though, because if he starts taking over a lot of high leverage situations, then you're taking out growing experiences for a guy like Orion Kerkering, which you don't really want to do. And I look at Alvarado as the type of guy that I'm going to pitch him as much as I possibly can. The reason being, you're only here for 30-something games. So get your money's worth. That's the way I look at it. If you have a situation early on in the ball game that you may need some strikeouts, sixth inning, maybe you need two big strikeouts coming up with one out and the bases loaded, that's the guy I'm going to. I'm going to Alvarado to see if he can't kind of pick us up and kind of stand on his head for the team, because he owes. That's the way I look at it. He owes the Phillies, and I think the Phillies should use him accordingly in that type of situation. He has a team option for next year. I'm not really sure the Phillies are even looking to pick that up, but I would flat out get him a bunch of appearances. That's what I would do right now. So there you have it. It's Ricky's mailbag, box, bag, same thing. Like and subscribe over here. Catch me, Silvana Kelleher, Bill Calarulo on Unfiltered, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. on NBC Sports Philadelphia, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Calarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Calarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.